Government intervention is an action taken by the government to try to correct market failure and improve efficiency. In a competitive markets, prices are determined by the force of supply and demand to set prices. But there are occasions when they fail, providing a case for intervention. Government intervention can be price floor, price selling, taxes, subsidy, and regulation.
A price floor is the price control by the government to limit on how low price can be charged for a product. The price floor must be higher than equilibrium price in order to be effective. A price ceiling is the price control by the government to limit on how high a price can be charged for a product. Government intend price ceilings to protect consumers from conditions that could make necessary commodities unattainable.
Subsidy. A subsidy is a form of financial aid or support extended to an economic sector, generally with the aim of promoting economic and social policy. A regulated market or control market is a market where the government controls the forces of supply and demand, such as who is allowed to enter the market or what prices may be charged.
The government's plan to import rice to shore up the national supply is coming under fire. Critics say the plan is flawed because it's based on an inability to buy rice from farmers, not a lack of production.
Although the government's plan to import rice is meant to maintain price stability, it's mostly due to the National Logistics Agency's inability to buy rice from farmers at the benchmark price, not due to a lack of domestic production. An economist from the Institute for Development of Economics and Finance, Eni Srihartati, says the government's purchase price for rice and grains is no longer ideal, and Bulog shouldn't be importing rice if national production is adequate because it's against the law. INDEF recommends that Bulog change its strategy from buying rice to grains. It also says the government has to reform the agency and strengthen its role as a protector of price for farmers and consumers.
Ini yang nanti bisa memerankan fungsinya sebagai pelindung petani maupun sebagai pelindung konsumen. Kalau Bulog ini bisa memproduksi, bisa pengadaannya ini gabah, maka bisa mencegah tadi terjadinya disparitas harga yang terlalu tinggi antara gabah dan beras. Nah, itu yang selama ini dibilang oleh masyarakat adalah terjadinya mafia.
Trade Minister Rahmat Gobel admits the plan is a last resort to stabilise the market price. Rahmat says Bulog and Agriculture Minister Amran Sulaiman are optimistic about domestic rice absorption.
Import adalah yang terakhir, ya. Import adalah yang terakhir dan sampai sekarang Menteri Pertanian masih memberikan keyakinan bahwa penyerapan itu masih berjalan dengan baik dan Bulog juga masih memberikan gambaran seperti itu. Tapi pemerintah siap kalau sudah untuk melakukan, Kementerian Pertanian sudah siap kalau memang kita harus melakukan import beras itu sendiri. Karena kita akan melakukan, kalau itu dilakukan, itu akan dilakukan secara G2G.
Data by INDEF shows Bulog needs 4 to 5 million tonnes of rice to satisfy national consumption of 3.5 million tonnes. Its stock is currently less than 2 million.
Good morning, Bapak Ibu.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Thank you for attending to this cabinet meeting this morning. As we know, nowadays that we are facing the dry season that will be last for maybe quite longer than before, and we will suffer the lack of rice. I think from the news that we know that some location in our country has insufficient of rice. So I need to all of you can present me the data about our stock, national stock of rice, and the forecasting for the next 3 months. Bu Nani, from as the Minister of Agriculture, please present your data.
Okay, Mr. President. As we know, harvesting season already passed, and then the production, unfortunately, was decreasing comparing to the last season.
Okay.
And then our stock of rice maybe only cover
For 6 months.
for 6 months only.
6 months.
For 6
Yeah,
months only.
we
Okay.
all, our stock only cover for 6 months, and then farmer will starting to plan in the next 6 months.
Mhm.
As we know that harvesting will be 9 months later,
Mhm.
so we will face the lack of stock for the last 3 months.
3 months, yeah. Okay, from the market side, Bu Ita, maybe?
Okay. In our data on market, the price have smoothly increasing. It's around 12,000 rupiah per kilogram, but it's not yet reached our highest selling price. Our highest selling price is around 12,500 rupiah.
Okay.
I want to know what is the rice price in the Pasar Ramat Jati today?
Today around 12,100 rupiah.
I think this condition will lead into higher inflation.
Mr. President,
Okay, thank you. Yes, Pak President.
before we continue,
Okay.
I think we need to make some sudden operation regarding this matter.
Mhm.
Or is there any data regarding our of stock that I believe, or in this current situation, I'm afraid that somebody will take profit regarding this matter.
Okay. So you said that that you're afraid that some people will take advantage from the situation.
Yeah, or for the Ministry of Trade, maybe there's some data
Yes,
regarding this
we
matter.
have bad experience last year, so I think we need to be very careful in this situation. We need more reliable data whether we have to import rice or not. So last year, a group of wholesalers were trying to get cutting profit. They kept the stock on their warehouse.
Oh.
So if we import the rice at the wrong time, or if we import rice too much, it can make our local price go down.
Okay, Pak Sony, what about your opinion about this matter?
I think we have can get some information from our ministry regarding for this matter. But in this current situation, I think my suggestion we must import the rice in order to fulfill our national rice stock. And as our nation, we have some obligation to keep the price achievable to our people. So don't make our citizens poor because of the limitation of our stock.
Okay, thank you, Pak Sony, Pak Wapres. Bu Devi, I think we can consider about the importing, but still, in order to avoid the last year situation, I want you to coordinate with all the party at across the minister to get the accurate data, and so we can decide what the number of we want to import to fulfill the lack of the rice stock for the 3 months, like the Bu Nani information. Okay, thank you for your coming in this cabinet meeting, and we will continue with another agenda. Thank you.
The government has decided to import rice from Vietnam and Thailand as a precautionary measure against the extreme drought affecting the country. It wants to keep control over national rice prices and supplies, especially after recent wild fluctuations. The imported rice will arrive next month and serve as a reserve stock for the state logistics agency Bulog for January to March. Vice President Yusuf Kala says Indonesia will import 1.5 million tons of rice from Vietnam and another 500,000 from Thailand.
Sekali lagi untuk menjaga stabilitas harga dan stok nasional. Itu apapun harus dilaksanakan pemerintah untuk menjaga rakyat. menjaga Anda semua. Itu kita sudah impor. Nanti segera bulan depan bisa masuk. Oh ya, kan targetnya kan saya sudah bilang sejak dulu. Iya. Kalau enggak nanti bahaya. Apalagi kemarau ini kan pandangan mata sendiri melihat bahwa bukan kesalahan pertanian, tidak, bukan kesalahan siapa-siapa, tapi alam ini tidak bisa dilawan kalau terjadi begini. Kita harus menyesuaikan diri. Ya, jadi negara mana saja selama